Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we're looking at even more green polish. This one is Never Broker a Deal with a Demon by Bee's Knees Lacquer. This is a dark turquoise jelly base with a shifting pink to orange to gold to green shimmer. I'm still doing as many greens as I can pack in before St. Patrick's Day. There is possibly one more polish that I might like to sneak in as a green that is very much not a green, but I like to cheat sometimes. After that, I think I'm going to repaint the polishes that I applied poorly by putting moisturizer underneath them. I have a backlog of nail footage that hasn't yet made it to a video that I'd like to catch up on, but also I think I promised an ILNP wish list video, and I think I have some Harry Potter house colors videos to do. I'm moving at a glacial pace. We'll get there eventually. In the first coat, it goes on very evenly. I think you could definitely wear this in one if you wanted. I think I could find uses for that in the future. I think it looks dusty here, and it is a little bit dusty because it is a slightly darkened teal. The shimmer is looking mostly pink to peach in this light. Something I guess I should address is that I have had another nailpocalypse. I had broke a bunch and shortened them all, but this thumb had survived somewhat unscathed. Then I made cookies. While I was breaking up some brown sugar clumps, I somehow managed to smash this thumb directly into the edge of the bowl. So I'm dealing with some extremely short nails, even for me, and this one did not shear off nicely, so I have a thin spot where it tore. I'm hoping it will grow out in about 3 weeks. In the second coat, we get more color and opacity. I think I like it best in 2. It has lots of shimmer, but not an overwhelming amount, and you get good color saturation from the base. You'll see in a moment when we get to the third coat. I think in 3, the shimmer is too strong for my liking. There are at least 3 paintings by Monet titled Woman with a Parasol. I believe she is his wife, and she's holding a parasol that has an underside that is very close to this base color. In the painting where she is turned to her right, the color matches even closer because the parasol is a more solid color, and she has orange and pink flowers at her feet. I think the 3 paintings taken together create a nice mental collage that very much lets me see a good use for this polish in the future. Unfortunately, I do go a little ham in the third coat. On a rewatch of my footage, it isn't as bad as I remembered. I hadn't quite gotten used to the small nail and didn't wipe enough off my brush, and I didn't even it out very well. The third coat is all sorts of wrong. I didn't do any of that on my other fingers, so you will see a normal coverage on them. And now I'm just going to pretend none of this happened. I do get more opacity out of that coat. You'll see in the sun that even with my short nails, you can still see the free edge I do have. For me, I feel like I've lost some of the jelly feel in the third coat, so I probably won't do 3 again unless I'm trying to match the look of another polish that is more full coverage. There isn't anything wrong with it in 3 coats. It just isn't quite the look I wanted. In my collection, this polish looks most like my 2 cupcake polishes, Moongate and Bermuda Triangle. Moongate also has a turquoise jelly base, but it is a brighter, more jewel-toned polish, and the shimmer is more pink than orange. Bermuda Triangle is just far more green than this. I don't personally think it dupes either of them, but I do think it's closer to Moongate. In the sun, the base looks like more of a dark jade color. The shimmer is initially an orangey peach in the direct light, and as I move around to the door and the oblique light, it turns more marigold and gold color. When I get all the way to the door, it transforms into gold chartreuse and green. I wasn't expecting this much shift. I don't know if I forgot what it looked like in between ordering and applying it, or if I just never knew. I was truly not prepared for that crazy gold and green. During the bottle shot, I could see these colors at the edges, but those colors don't always materialize on the nail. But they did this time. In the sun and shade, we're still seeing a dark jade base with the warm sunset shimmer colors. But when I lift my fingers in the sun, I feel like you sometimes get the jelly base to show as that dark turquoise again. When I move over to the shade, we're getting that peachy orange shift, but it looks a bit darker and more metallic, almost a copper color. I think the base has metamorphosed into a forest green in the lower light. This polish does a great job of having something new to look at in every scenario. There's a moment when I raise my fingers in the shade and it almost looks like there is a dark teal metallic shift. But if I'm not hallucinating that, it is very fleeting and you won't see that much or often. I kept thinking of blue spruce trees while wearing this. It's not quite the right color for that, but there's something about the notion of the warm rays of a sunset filtering through the branches of an evergreen forest. In the artificial light, we start by facing the window in the distance. We're getting more of a forest green look from the base, and some peach, gold, and green from the shimmer. As I move over to the artificial lights on the left, the shimmer gets warmer and leans more into that peach, pink, and orange. Again, I think it could read as copper if you squint. If it seems like my footage is just too different to be accurate, I assure you it really does change this much in different lighting. I'm not sure how St. Patrick's Day green this polish really is, but I do like to stretch a concept until it is nearly unrecognizable. And this isn't even really the polish I felt was going to transgress from clover green. And that is all for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe so that I can capture my fluffiest gray squirrel and carefully shave him down to only the fanciest poodle cut for spring. Please enjoy a clip of my little red squirrel looking for goodies in the packed snow.